Before we get into today's interview, I wanted to bring on our executive producer, John Notarianni, to talk about something pretty exciting. All right, John, you want to tell him?
Yes, we are starting today our CityCast Portland membership program. We've been around for a year, putting out podcasts, putting out the daily newsletter, but you can now become a member of CityCast Portland. You know, the whole point is that, we really love doing this work. We love talking to you about what's going on in the city every day. And you've probably heard the advertising that supports this program, but it does take a lot to fund what it is that we're doing each day. There's 4 of us that work on this project full time, and this is the way that you can do it. You can become a member and support CityCast Portland now.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you have actually reached out and asked how you could best support us, or if we had an ad-free version. Well, this is it. This is your chance. But also, you'll get VIP access at in-person events, which we are planning on having, insider updates and content, a newsletter shout out, but ultimately, like John said, you be supporting something you care about and ensuring we continue making you this podcast every day.
Yeah. And there are going to be a couple different tiers of membership. You can opt in depending on what works for you. But, the stuff that we're planning is going to be really cool, especially these events. You're going to want to check it out. So you should check out becoming a member of CityCast Portland today. You can go online and do it right now at portland.citycast.fm. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for checking us out every day. And Claudia, I'll get out of here and let you get back to your interview with Eden.
You know, planning any type of birthday celebration can feel like a lot of work. There's pressure to make sure everyone's accommodated, options to comb through, budgets to consider. Oftentimes, the person celebrating doesn't even end up having the best time. And in a city like Portland, where we seemingly have an endless array of food options, activities, and natural spaces, it can be hard to pin down a what and a where. So today on CityCast Portland, we're bringing in the author of both the Portland and Seattle Book of Dates, co-host of the We Can't Print This podcast, and our resident fun expert, Eden Dawn. She's laying out some of the best birthday options, whether you're looking for a chill gathering or a giant blowout. It's Monday, February 26th. I'm Claudia Meza, and this is what Portland's talking about. Well, before we jump in, will you settle a debate a few friends and I have been having? And I think it comes up often. Are we too old for birthday parties?
No, you're never too old for a birthday party. Firm belief in that. You're talking to a Leo, though, so we are famous for our birthday celebrations. But no, in fact, I feel like the older you get, the more you should be allowed to celebrate, because really you've done more work. Turning 2, not hard. Turning 99, that you deserve accolades.
Oh my God. You're so right, Eden.
I know.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Everyone should get to celebrate birthdays. Not everybody gets married. Not everybody has baby showers. Not everybody has graduations. The celebratory reasons in society don't always apply to everyone, but everyone has a birthday. So take that opportunity to celebrate.
Well, do you have a favorite birthday memory as an adult?
Yeah, it's out of control. It was so overwhelming. For my 35th birthday, my husband, Ashad, who is a sweetheart and a very good planner, he did an entire surprise where I did not know where I was going, got on a plane with him, flew to Asheville, North Carolina to meet my old friend from college. And then we drove to Dollywood. And then along the way, more friends from Portland kept surprising. We were let's pick up this hitchhiker, drove up to a ditch. And there was one of my best friends from Portland who was hiding in a ditch in North Carolina.
Oh my God, that's so impressive.
I was so overwhelmed. And then I get to Dollywood,
Wow.
which is already a place of pure joy, right?
Yeah.
It's just Dolly Parton and butterflies, and the roller coasters are shaped like boobs. And, everything is so fun. And people were walking out at rides to me from Portland, just continuously surprising me to a point where I kind of shut down. I was so overwhelmed. The friends are like, "Are you happy to see us?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm very happy. This is a lovely experience." But it was just so much surprise.
So much, yeah.
I mean, it's unbeatable. It's unbeatable. He won. He won our marriage, and now there's nothing I can ever do.
Oh, man.
I know.
I mean, that is incredible.
It was really good.
Okay, so let's talk about some ideas for people who want to celebrate their birthday but don't really want to make a big deal of it.
Okay. Well, first of all, get over it. Make a big deal about it. That's my first belief. But let's say I get it. Like maybe you don't want to do the people bringing you a cake and singing in public. You just want to do something nice with a couple of friends. One thing that I love to do for any kind of celebration really is to go to the little spa that's at Edgefield. And if you go and get any service, if get a pedicure, get a massage, go with like 2 friends, and then you get into the soaking tub there. You get access to it for the hotel guests. Have you ever been to that soaking tub out at Edgefield?
No. Okay. I've never been to Edgefield.
Okay. Well, get out, Claudia. Just get out of our online chat right now.
I've been here for so long.
It is so delightful.
I don't know why. There's just never been a reason. And I like music.
You've never been to a concert? You never...
I have a friend. I
have a friend.
I don't know.
Well, this is a great thing to do with a couple of people or even like 4 people. But so the soaking tub out there is really cool. It's outside and it kind of meanders in like a bit of a path, and it has palm trees and it just feels very fun. And they have a bar out there so you could have a margarita. But if you get a spa service, you get into the tub. So you can go, pamper a little bit, get a massage, get a margarita, go in the soaking tub with your friends. It's just a nice day. It's just like a nice way to celebrate without having to have a full cake and the hullabaloo.
Well, I'm looking at it now, and I didn't realize that existed. It's beautiful, and it's huge. It's almost like as wide as the entire building,
I really highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite soaking tubs and places to go. It's such a lovely one. Another one thing that I really love to do, which I think you can do at all ages, is roller skating at Oaks Park.
Oh, yeah.
It's just such a fun thing. And yes, it's the same thing I did for my birthday party when I turned 9, but 100% I would do it to turn 49.
Can I tell you something else, Aiden?
You've never been roller skating?
No, I've been roller skating. I just don't know how.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
How much do you not know how? Can you get out there?
I can stand up and I can move slowly, but I look like one of those awkward 4-year-olds learning. I'm just whoa, whoa, whoa. And if anyone does too much fancy stuff around me, I fall just because of their the wind or the fear that I'm going to hit them.
Yeah, the good thing about Oaks Park is it has the little beginner straight lanes down at one end. So you could just kind of do that till you warm up, because I only go every few years, so I need a warm up. I can barely go, but I can go enough that it's fun, And it's a stupid thing that you do with your friends, and it just feels very 90s and reminiscent of our youth. And at one point, we're going to all be too old and break bones. So I think it's a nice thing to do.
I love it. What's another one? What's another place?
Okay, so if you want to be lazy about it and a reason to spend a little money, I have not done this one yet, but I am doing it soon. And that is the yacht tubs, the hot tub boats down on the waterfront.
Okay, here's my concern. 2 things. 1, is it too cold? Is it hot enough? Are we good there with temps? You haven't done it yet, right?
I haven't done it yet, but I know people who've done it and they're like, no, it's toasty. I mean, you can sit in a hot tub when it's snowing out and be very, very comfortable. Yeah, okay. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it. I think it seems like a delightful way to be on the water.
Second is, Willamette is a working waterway.
Mm-hmm.
It has a main channel. Where do you stay? Because I'm just afraid of getting somehow drifted into the main channel and in comes a barge and I'm just oh, I'm in my little tub.
No, the Willamette's quite wide though. I go out with friends who have little boats all the time in the summer, and you just kind of stick to the edges and tootle around. And they likely have a limit to the area of which you can go. You don't have to have a boat license to pilot those, which usually means they go quite slow. and you kind of stick to the sides and you don't try to be, challenging the stern wheeler to a race or anything.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be real lo-fi, and it's a nice way to have a hot tub for 2 hours.
No, it's awesome. I've once taken those electric boats out, which again is like, they're so slow. And that was so much fun.
It's so much fun. But most water activities, obviously, we have to wait for our 3 months of really nice weather. And this seems like a nice way that you could do it and get outside and remember that the outdoors exists in the winter.
That is a really good idea. Well, what about when you want to throw a full-on Leo birthday bash, but don't have the space to host? Like, do you have ideas of where people can go? And this is actually, just so you know, this whole deal, this whole episode was inspired because I asked this question for a friend. A friend was asking me like, hey, 20 plus, where should we go? And so I just threw it out and, in our production chat. So what are your ideas?
People want to know where to go. And I actually think, I can throw a killer house party, but there's a lot of work to house parties because you're cleaning and prepping before. During your house, you're taking care of everybody. And then, because my friends are a bunch of jackals, afterwards I'm cleaning up for days, like finding wine glasses, hidden under a staircase and various things like that. So good to have party rooms. One of my favorite ones is at Cafe Ollie, which is a delightful place on MLK. And so the back, it has its own beautiful back room. I still kind of know it from the Ned Ludd days, but that back room is beautiful and it can fit a good amount of people. I have been to private parties there for at least 20 or 30 and probably more. And the thing I like about it is it's really cozy. Cafe Ollie's food is so good. It's basically the super adult bougie version of having a pizza party when you're a kid, which we all had and loved. And now this is the fancy wood-fired pizza. But it also has this huge garage door. So in the summer or nice weather, you can open it up and it can kind of spill out there. But that's a really good one. And then also it's such a central location if you have people coming from all over. So another one that I think is really great for a private, and this is kind of different vibes, but Kachka has this kind of, it's below their little mezzanine area. So it is this back cozy red room. Everybody's talking about mob wife aesthetic right now. That is that in a room where it is cozy and small and it's lined. And I just went there for my friend's big 50th birthday. And it was so fun because you can fit 40 people in there. They're constantly bringing you all those teeny little glasses of vodka. It gets so loud and rowdy in that room. They have some kind of acoustic paneling on the ceiling. It doesn't matter. But it's a really nice place that you can fit a bunch of people. And I think they'll work with you to what you want your menu to be for everyone. You can say there's a limit on drinks or put it all towards appetizers. But I think that Kachka is another really good option for that.
That's awesome. I love their horseradish vodka.
It's the best.
So good.
It is such a delight. And I'm not even a big vodka person, but that horseradish vodka is just so freaking good.
That with some potato anything. Ooh, so good.
Their potato cheese dumplings. I'm a vegetarian, so Kachka can be a little bit rough for me because it just means that I'm eating so much cheese dumplings and vodka.
Okay, can I give you 2 other suggestions for party rooms?
Please do.
I asked this question, a few weeks ago, and one of the people that I reached out to was Brooke Jackson Glidden.
We love Brooke. We stand Brooke.
Yeah, editor at Eater Portland. And it was pretty much all your suggestions. But she also mentioned Bar West.
Oh, I have heard about Bar West. I have not been in that space, but they're so cute. And I've had nothing but great experiences when I've been to Bar West. So I would imagine you would have a great birthday party there.
Yeah, it's Northwest. I've been there for brunch, but I didn't know that you could rent out a room. And it's super cute in there.
Mm.
Okay. The other one I was going to mention is a place I actually just went to, which is a Firehouse restaurant. They have this upstairs room. And it was so chill. And you get your own bartender.
What?
Yeah, that's where my friend had his 38th. And it was so much fun. And he had like a ton of friends because he's really popular.
Wow.
I know. And so it was just like a bunch of people from his life. Because that's another thing about birthday parties. You're just joining all of your friend circles, which can be kind of scary.
Oh, absolutely nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Always so nerve-wracking, combining the peoples. I love Firehouse, and I've been there. I've had really nice birthday celebrations there. I took for my dad's birthday last year, but not upstairs. We just had like a little family dinner downstairs, and they were so sweet.
And it was, I mean, from what I heard, it's pretty affordable. Like, I feel like you can do it.
All right. I mean, because they have pizza too, and we're always back to the adult pizza party.
Yeah, they all of their little appetizers, it was very pleasant. All right, well, let's take a quick break here. And when we return, ideas for larger parties that don't need much planning or reservations. Let's move on to places that don't require a reservation for large groups, because all of this, like, you need to plan ahead. You're not going to just be like, oh, next Friday. So I'm thinking like dive bars, I suppose, or just other friendly restaurants. Because I feel like if you walk in with 10 or 15 to most restaurants, they're just like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Without notice.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, especially a birthday party. Don't do that, people. By the way, if you're listening and you're like, there's 9 of us, don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
It's annoying. Call ahead.
Call ahead.
Make a plan.
For sure. Call ahead, because that is not like a table size that they typically have out for one. It is good to have spots of where you can be. The dive bar, for sure. There's always room. Like some of the ones that come to mind are, and I think we've talked about our joint love of Dots before.
I love Dots.
You can roll into Dots. I feel like there's always room. Another one is Spare Room on 42nd.
Oh, yeah, there's always room in spare room. There's always spare room in spare room.
There's always spare room in spare room. And if you want to do something that is a spare room bingo, that's like a nice, fun thing to do as well. That's like an activity. But dive bars, Lowbrow Lounge. I've had some impromptu birthday gatherings at Lowbrow in the late aughts, particularly. I mean, I think those are kind of nice ones because dive bars work. You can stand. You don't have to go in and worry about getting a table size. You're like, we can kind of crowd in here and just sort of be in a corner. Oh, you know what other one is nice, especially in the summer, is Vendetta.
Oh, yeah, because it has that really nice outdoor area, and plus there's pool tables and like that game, you know, with a disc.
Shuffleboard.
Hey, there we go.
I think all of those are ones that you can do the thing where you're like, hey, it's my birthday Thursday night at 8 p.m. I'm going to set up camp at, at Spare Room, roll through when you can. I feel like those are places that you can still do that.
I have to agree. And Dots is particularly kind of in a really cool space. So if you guys are just like, we're dotted out, you can go see a movie, you can go grab some wine, that's such a nice little area right there, that little corner. They made it really special. Or you know what, some good places too would be if you like Google where all the pods are, because sometimes pods have like these almost like cafeteria style indoor seating where it's just a bunch of tables. Like I can say chill and fill. If it's not like a Friday or Saturday night, there's usually room and you can take over a table or two. And then you have like all of your food carts and stuff. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, I think there's one called the Blast Off somewhere. And it's just like kind of a really nice, quick, this is what we're doing today.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
Well, how about some ideas for celebrating that aren't just like eating and drinking? Like, where would you go?
For activities, it's true. I like a celebration with an activity. Like I'm a summer birthday, so I often have like river day parties or things like that because it's nice to have something extra to do. I am not reinventing the wheel by saying this by any means, but Voice Box, that's a good time. And that one in Southeast, I always just feel like is so easy for everyone to get to, and you can rent a good sized room. And then everyone has something to do. And if people aren't drinkers, they're having fun. If they are drinkers, they're louder on the microphone. But you get that disco ball going and the lights, like it's just stupid fun. And I'm all about on your birthday having childish fun.
I've had really good birthdays there, for sure. And I've been to super good birthdays there as well, you know? I'm not even a big karaoke person, but all my friends are, so it's just fun to see them perform.
I mean, that's it. I'm not a great singer either. And people really love Baby Ketten is another one in Southeast. So I think the karaoke is a good way to go. It is something you have to reserve, but like it's a fun activity. If nobody wants to sing, if you want to be more chill, a thing I have had on my list to do is Movie Madness has their Miniplex. Do you know about this?
I have, where you can kind of rent it out or something like that.
You can rent it out. So Movie Madness has their own little, obviously Movie Madness and Hollywood Theater are attached, and they have their little Miniplex theater, which they have, you know, thousands of movies you can choose from, but it fits up to 18 seats, and the rates are really reasonable. I think it's like $300 or $350 to rent it, which comes out to less than $20 a person, you know, and going to the movie already costs nearly that anyways. But this one just gets to be your friends taking over an entire room. And I feel like that's such a fun thing that you could all go to dinner or like go to the Movie Madness Miniplex, watch a movie together, then go hit the Slammer or something else. But it's just like a fun, I feel like all of my ideas just basically relate back to birthdays I had when I was 10. I'm realizing maybe this is something to cover in therapy this week. I don't know.
You're like movie party, pizza party,
roller skating,
you know, swimming.
Yeah, why do kids get to have all the fun? I want to have the fun too.
Yeah, for reals. Okay, well, I had a friend who once rented a viewing room at Hollywood Theater, so I wondered if they do that as well. But I remember that was pretty special too.
You can rent out, my understanding is you can rent out one of the upstairs theaters. They're just a lot bigger rooms, so you have to have more friends.
Yeah.
You have to have more of a budget or more friends.
More friend. Did you guys hear that? More friend.
More friend. But absolutely, you know, that is the thing to look into. Whereas I thought the Miniplex 18 people feels, you know, a little easier.
Well, any other hot tips or honorable mentions that didn't fall into the categories that I asked about?
Yes. My thing that I always tell people when they are not familiar with our parks department, I sound like Leslie Knope. I'm getting very Parks and Rec here. But you can reserve a picnic spot that's just for you. So you can set up and know like this cool area, and you can scope them out in advance. Like go to the park in your neighborhood and be like, ooh, I want this one that's kind of near the bathrooms and, you know, has like the best tables and the best view. So you can go and reserve it. So that's yours. And you can get an alcohol permit as long as you're not selling alcohol or like having a bar, if you're just pouring beer and wine with your friends. And so you can have a killer outdoor party where, and I used to do this for years up at Mount Tabor, and we just potlucked it and everybody brought stuff and we had this area reserved and we would have this like 4-hour parties and people would bring their dogs and frisbees and kids. And it was so fun and no one had to clean their house or like, you know, do anything too gussy. It was very easy breezy. And I think it is such a nice way to have a party in the summer. So put in the extra upper. You have to, you know, fill out the permit. It's been a while since I've done it, so I don't want to say, but I'm pretty sure it was under $50.
That's excellent. That's also a perfect children's party.
It is a perfect children's party.
Just saying.
Maybe kids just haven't figured out when it comes to birthdays, and we should be, you know, taking some advice from them.
But I really like this park thing that you brought up because we're at an age where everyone has kids or they have loud dogs. And I feel like this is a good place where kids could scream and it's not going to be annoying. I said it. It's annoying when your child screams. And it's in a park. So it's just like, go over there, have fun, you know?
It's true.
In a cavernous room, holy moly, you need to take breaks. It's a lot.
It's true. And this is the place that kids can go over and do their thing and hit the playground and scream and be their wild selves. And the dogs can chase the toys and other people can sit around chatting. Like everyone kind of gets to do what they want, which is the best party of all.
Yeah. Okay, last question.
Yeah.
When someone says, you know, no gifts, Do you bring gifts?
Okay. Well, when it comes to my love language, I am horrible at gifts. My love language is quality time or acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably will not bring a gift because I won't know what to bring. But what I will do is say like, hey, can just you and I go get a special lunch together? Or like, can you and I go get a pedicure together? I will adhere to the no gifts, but I will likely try to find a way that I can do something nice for that person. But I often also will take plants or flowers because that just feels like.
I mean, always
Yeah.
nice. Flowers are always nice. You know who also does that sort of thing, Eden? Children. They make these little like vouchers, these little packs of like good for 1 foot massage.
Oh, the coupon? Yeah.
Yeah, the coupon. I feel like you should make coupons, like adult. Well, it sounds weird when I say adult coupons, but you know, adult activities.
What are you implying, Claudia? What are you?
I'm just saying. I feel like that if someone gave me a little booklet of coupons, it would be endearing.
The Portland Book of Dates and Seattle Book of Dates are both essentially books of like, will you go do this fun thing with me? That's really what they are. They're glorified coupon books.
Which is another. I mean, it's like a child all-star hit right there.
That's it. But we're not going to call them adult coupon books because I don't want to get arrested.
Eden Dawn's adult coupon books.
I'm going to have my publisher call you.
Well, Eden, thank you so much for hanging out with me and going through some pretty awesome birthday ideas. I feel like once summer hits, everyone's getting married or having a birthday. So
Yeah.
hopefully this arms you with some ideas.
I know a lot of Pisces. I feel like we're about to hit it real fast.
Well, Pisces, get ready.
Well, Pisces, mount up. It's your time is coming. Get ready to have some fun and invite Claudia and I to your fun birthday party so we can feel important.
Yes, please. Please invite us. That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please share it with a friend, rate or leave us a review. It really does help us out. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you, Its Lips.